in for a second segment for today as we're joined by representatives of the Orange Walk Rotaract Club. We have with us Jennelle Ozaeta, who is the immediate past president. We have Grisel Carballo, who is the current president, and we have Chanelle Lizarraga, who is the vice president. Good morning, ladies, and thank you for being here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Chanelle, Grisel, and Jennelle. Where did we get all the L's? Then again, we've got this big marathon coming up. We've got this big marathon coming up. I was thinking about it and said, you know what better way to celebrate the incoming of a new year, than with a marathon? A lot of folks might think, hey, it's time to get around with my friends, take some drinks and whatnot. But the Orange Walk Rotaract Club actually is turning this around and trying to live a healthy lifestyle. It's actually a marathon. Talk to us about it.
Well, every month in the Rotary International calendar, there's a specified area of focus, and December is focused around prevention of disease and prevention. So all our fundraisers and our projects have to be surrounded around this particular theme or this area of focus. No?
Okay.
And our Rota Dash is catered for, all the proceeds go back to our Rota Make-A-Wish Foundation. That is a part of our project of the year.
Okay. Now, to be very clear, it's not New Year's Day that it's going to be. No. It's going to be New Year's Eve, which means you can run, then party, and bring it in, and recover the next day.
Yes.
But there has been a movement in being able to establish formal marathons, half marathons, 5Ks, because there are a lot of people who run and want to be competitive about it, or at least be able to test themselves out on the road. What made you guys decide that this was the best route to go and that people would be interested?
Well, the reason why we chose this route are the 5Ks because like Gina had mentioned, this year on our Rotary calendar, we fall under Rotary. For those who don't know what much of Rotaract, we're from ages from 18 to 30. Okay. Young professionals or students that just want to make an impact in our community. Whatever community project we have done, it's not just we get up and we say, okay, but let's just do this, let's just do that. No, it has to go based on areas of focus. Disease and prevention, peace and conflict, water and sanitation. So there are many, many areas that we follow as a club or as an organization. So following this Rota Dash, it's one of its first in Orange Walk. And what we wanted to bring is, this is a fundraiser. The whole initiative of this is every time we do a community service project, we need funds. We are a non-profit organization, so therefore we have to come up with new and creative ways of either, because I think over the years we have done many bake sales or barbecue sales, but it stays like it's a very generic thing that we go over and over, so we want to do something new. So the club decided that we wanted to do a route of 5 miles within Orange Walk. We chose the highway, which would be safer. We have the partner up with the Orange Walk Town Council and the traffic department, which will be guiding us. And we had chosen to be either a fun run or a competitive run. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to give those athletes in Orange Walk or in the country a chance to win prizes. And then we also wanted to give the ones that, okay, I'm not a runner, but I want to do it for fun.
Or for the cause.
Or for the cause.
Because our slogan is Run for Humanity, since our theme for this year is Rotary Serving Humanity.
So it's just, how are we serving humanity by doing these projects? How are we impacting our community? And moreover, how are we trying to give that influence to others to join in a cause? So by joining in this run, there will be more, we always come up with this, we want to do, this year I want to lose this pound, this year I want to, we always have
we're calling in a 5K resolution run, so it's an incentive to getting healthy for the new year, And like Grisel rightly said, each club, we have 7 clubs in the country.
Rotaract.
Yes. And each club is diverse in its own way, So we have a lot of runners in our club, and they said, hey, why not do a run for an event, And so they're the ones that actually initiated it, the ones in the club that are actual runners, and they run for fun.
Yeah.
So then we said, okay, well, this is a nice way, you know, to get the community going, and it's a fresh start. It's a fresh idea.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're looking forward to it.
So how are you generating funds from this? Because you said it is a fundraiser. So how can people support?
Well, we have, like we had mentioned already, two different categories. We have the fun run, which is worth $5. You pledge your donation of $5 towards the run.
To participate?
Yes, to
Okay, you get a
participate.
You get a ticket and you get a band.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And in addition, the competitive runners, being that they are winning cash prizes, we then decided to charge them $10. Well, they're pledging their $10 donation to the cause.
Okay.
So that is how we are going to be generating
Based
our
on
funds.
participants.
We also have
Yeah.
shirts for sale.
Okay.
They're $20, so they're
$20
like,
a
yes.
shirt.
Those are cool. I love your logo.
So how can we be a part of this? We when it comes to running, a lot of folks are so into it right now. A lot of folks are actually health conscious, and like you mentioned, it is a great start to a new year with the resolution of, you know what, I want to lose some weight. And I'm hearing now about this nice run, that this marathon that we'll be having in Orange Walk. How can I sign up? Where do I sign up?
You can sign up with any Rotaract member. We have
From
our
the
Facebook
Rotaract Club
page.
of Orange Walk.
Yes,
Okay.
from the Rotaract Club of Orange Walk. That's right. And you could message us via Facebook, you know, on our Instagram page, any social media. If you happen to know anyone directly, then you could contact us through there.
The run starts at 6 a.m.
Okay.
So we'll be there. The registration team will be there from 5:30. So if you want to come out, we'll be there with registration papers and numbers and everything, what's not. So you can just reach at 5:30 at the Central Park, because that's where it starts and that's where it ends.
For those who know the route or who actually lives in Orange Walk and know the areas, for folks who probably are from the city or elsewhere and want to know exactly, want to put the route in mind, because that's what runners do. You actually think about your destination and where you're going. What's the route? What?
Like you see there on the screen, the park is Queen Elizabeth Park, which is situated right across the Orange Walk Town Council. So coming in the center of town. We start from there, and as Gina had mentioned, all registrations will be done there. All the runners, the fun runners, what we did this year is that they can come dressed up. So let's say if it's a family, you can come dressed up as superheroes, or
Really?
if you are girls, you can dress up as like with tutus. We're gonna have prizes as well for the youngest runner, the oldest runner, the most creative runner. So then that was
Creative
how
as in like best dressed.
that's correct,
Yeah.
most festive. So we're gonna have two types. How we will start off is like we said there, we centralize at the Central Park. The race starts and it ends there. So it's like a whole spin that we'll be doing. You go down like as if you're going to Belize City. So then you go up by Arby's Pharmacy, you go down then by Solomon's Boundary Road. I know most people know Boundary store in Orange Walk. So you go down that lane and then straight until the end you meet our clubhouse, our Rotaract Clubhouse.
Is at the end of the Boundary Road.
That's the second station that we will be having. And then you go down more to that Tangerine Street, straight down to Slaughterhouse, then up by the bakery, the La Popular Bakery in Orange Walk, and then down again you meet the highway, and then go back to the Orange Walk Town Council to the park.
For runners that don't know Orange Walk or so forth, tomorrow the logistics team will be out and putting up
Markers.
Yeah.
and the station booths will be there. You can always ask, but they'll be markers, so
So they won't get lost. So how we will do it is that the first set of runners will be competitive runners.
Yeah.
So all the competitive runners will line up. They're gonna have their stencil mark. So they're gonna get a number.
Okay.
Each one of them are gonna get a number tag, so we can keep track of who or how when maybe you guys are passing through the town and you guys see people running. So they're gonna have their numbers on them, which those are going to be the competitive runners. So they're gonna go first. obviously escorted by the Orange Walk Traffic Department.
Yes.
And then afterwards, we're going to give them a grace period of 3 minutes, and then we start the fun run. So then the fun run, then they go after, because we want to see who comes in first by the competitive.
Yeah.
So then the fun run one, you can just go dressed in any way you want. Whether if it's just walking, you know, this entire year, last year, maybe you said, I want to run, I want to do this, but now is your time. If you haven't, you can at least say, you know what, for this year, I did run, I did do something.
It's for a cause.
And so the fun run isn't competitive. So if you want to walk, you want to jog or jog and walk, then you can it's just about completing it. That's the most important thing. And to be clear, a 5K is really, I mean, it's only a little over 3 miles. So it's very doable, even if you haven't walked in a long time. So I want to talk about just what the response has been so far. I love the fun run aspect where people can dress up, because it's a great way to end off 2016 and go crazy. What has been the interest so far within Orange Walk?
I think that Orange Walk is very receptive. We must, as a club, overall, we're very grateful of the feedback we have been getting from them over the years. Recently, we usually do a dance, an 80s dance, but this year we did it a little bit different. We did a Noche de Latino dance. So it was all salsa, cumbia, and it was really, really good. I think that the community overall looks forward to these creative ways of trying to help us, because I think this is how they help us. All the money that we get is to go back to the community and certain projects that we do. So they have been really, really, really receptive. They have been looking forward for it, actually, and they are just excited about this new thing, like what is this 5K, because we always see it around, but we don't know what it is.
That's what, well, we're hoping, well, we're going to make it an annual event. And I have to say, I think our club has built a good rapport for itself. So the community always helps. For example, like LNR sponsored our shirts. So LNR Liquors, and we're also getting sponsored by Landis and Sons. And so we have a very receptive business community that you know, we can go ask them for sponsorship, and they're always willing to help. They're always willing to lend us a hand. Even sometimes it might not be monetary, but you know, it's always okay. We can probably loan you workers or at some
which is good.
But, you know, and so I think the Orange Walk community, we have to say thank you. They always come out and support. We have a lot of our first. Actually, our first kickoff for the run was at a health fair that Orange Walk had. So then that was really good, because the health fair then promoting our run. So it went hand in hand. So it was really good.
Now, it's also for the competitive run, you talk about prizes. So there is an incentive to, because even for Belize City runners, Orange Walk is not that far away to go for a 5K. So let's talk about some of the prizes that people will be able to win.
The cash prizes, we have both for male and female. So what we're doing is we have a $300 first place prize for male and female, $200 second prize, and $100 third prize, again both for male runners and female runners, competitive runners. So, and as you had mentioned, we have different prizes for the most festive, the largest group, the eldest runner, the youngest runner. So anybody, you know, you could win tons and tons of prizes. So we're hoping to.
You know, with creativity, it always brings that community engagement. So people want to be a part of it, especially because it's something new. They're so out of what it was like, and then jumping into what it is like. The Rotaract Club is something we hear about a lot, and a lot of folks know when it comes to Rotaract or Rotary, it's about helping others. What are some of the things that you guys have embarked on as Rotaract, and some of the things that you want to do in terms of helping your community?
Well, this year we based ourselves, the Rotaract clubs usually, or New Year's per se, or is July 1st. So July 1st is our, whereby the board, because each club has a board. We have executives and we have directors. Then we have members and we have prospects. Prospects are the ones that want to join the club. So then what we do is every year the board changes. So on July 1st, the club was chartered or was passed on to my leadership. Jennelle had been the president. So this coming year, July 1st, it will be passed on to Chanelle's leadership. And then when she comes in, she will have a new set of board of directors and so forth. And each directors, what we have is we have international service director. International service director is basically, we have to coordinate projects, but internationally. So let's say we do this project. We can invite a Rotaract Club from Japan or Egypt or anywhere around the world and say, you know what, this is what we're doing. Maybe you can do this in your country. Or something that they do, they invite us in. So there are many, that's what the international director. We have the club admin. The club admin is, our slogan is fellowship through service, and we believe that working along with friends is better. We try to instill that as a Rotaract Club. It's not just colleagues, we're going to volunteer, but actually friends that come together and say, okay, let's build a better community. So our club service admin takes us in charge of social, of letting the administration run good and so forth. Then we have our community service director. Our community service director is in charge or leads all these community service projects. We have professional development director. This professional development is every month we have one session of our meetings, because our meetings are every Friday night.
Yeah.
And they try to do something professional-wise. So we have to be, or our members try to be well-rounded in every aspect. Maybe giving a first aid kit class, or maybe teaching us how in etiquette in food or something like that. So it's different ways. And our community service director here plays a big role. Why? Because all the projects that we do, it's not just every club does it throughout the year, and in every February we have what is known as Intercitadina, which is our national conference. So what do we do there is during this from one Intercitadina to the next over the years, all the projects that we have been doing, we sort of compete in the sense that, okay, this is my best project of the year, this is Belize's best project of the year, this is all the other districts' best project of the year, and we guide ourselves based on how much impact we have done in the community, how much did we actually have the effect on them, what was the positive response, and so forth. Then we compete. Then after whosoever wins that, we proudly won that last year.
Nice.
For what project?
Congratulations.
Our club won last year. We won Project of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Rotaractor of the Year to represent us at the Bi-District Conference in Panama.
International conference.
And we came back winners of Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
So Belize came back winner of Rookie of the Year. But each year we function under a Rotary team. Last year, which was Be a Gift to the World, and this year is Rotary Serving Humanity. So it's always tying into one another, you know. So last year it was all about how our talents and our what we have and what every member in a club brings to the table, how we can bring that or be a gift to the world, how we can change lives doing that. This year it's all about humanity, what our gifts then can touch humanity and make a difference and so forth. So all our projects or everything would then have to be surrounded around that.
So then this year is that we started off with our Art of Recycling project. What is this? Is that basically we're working with three rural villages in our community, and we are working with the kids and we're teaching them about recycling, what is it to recycle, teaching them to plant, teaching them, we brought the Raptor Center to them, teaching them about all the birds of Belize and so forth. So we try to educate them. And our target this year is kids. What better way to teach them the art of recycling for them to pass it on from generation to generation. And I think that focusing on kids and education and all these things is something that we must instill. We can't overlook our kids, our young generation, because what they see, they learn. And if we give them something good to look at, then they'll learn that and translate it.
And I'm sure the people within Orange Walk appreciate the fact that it's a home-based group that is working with the children in the society. Because so often people wait on NGOs from other parts of the country to come into their neighborhood. So I think that's definitely an incentive for people to want to join, but also want to support. Now, taking it back to your New Year's Eve 5K resolution run. And I love that. It's a jump start on whatever resolution you have for weight loss, exercise, heart health, whatever. The first race starts at 6, you said? Or both races start at 6?
Both races
Both.
start
We'll
at
be
6
managing
a.m.
it out
So
there.
then, let's say 6 begins and we say, okay, ready, set, go, you know? And then all the competitive runners will run.
Head
We
up.
give them a
Yes.
grace period of 3 minutes. And then we start off lining up all the fun runners. And then from there, 1, 2, 3, let's go. And then we go. We're going to have 3 stops, 3 stations within the road, whereby you will be getting your free water and cute signs saying, you know, run for the cause or something.
Yeah.
So people will be cheering you on in these stations. So that's how.
So it's going to be a
That's
fun
nice.
event.
Yes.
And it's $5 registration for minimum.
Fun-
People
the
can
fun
give more
part
if
of
they
it.
want.
You
Yeah.
can donate more if you want.
$5 for the fun runners and $10 for the competitive runners.
And you each get a band which says,
Run
which
for-
has our Rotaract Club of Range Rock logo and has Run for Humanity.
And the
logo.
Rota
The
Dash.
Rota Dash is the name of this project.
Oh,
Excellent.
nice. And this is going to be annual. I can definitely see people working up towards it. If people are recreational runners, this is a great way to test your skills
Yes.
Yes.
and head out there and participate in the 5K. Are you giving medals or completion?
Medals
Okay.
will
Yeah.
be given out.
Awards,
That's what
definitely.
runners look forward to.
And this is
Collection
big.
of their medals.
One more to their
Yes.
medal collection. And I
We'll
think
also be covering the run with a drone footage. So at the end, then we're gonna edit that and then post it up on our
Oh,
Facebook
yeah.
page
Nice.
and our Instagram page.
And I think the best part is New Year's Eve is also on a Saturday, so people don't have any excuse
Yes.
to get up early if you're from the city and drive to Orange Walk and participate in your Rota Dash. This is
And
a-
I'm sure they have many people that have family members in Orange
right.
Walk. You have friends in Orange Walk. So this is countrywide. If you're from Dangrega, if you're from PG, if you're from
Yeah.
San Ignacio, you want to come to Orange Walk, spend the New Year's there, you're invited.
Yes.
Get your friends and family to come for our Worthy Cause.
all
Sounds
right.
exciting.
So definitely on the to-do list. If you didn't get around to marking the 5K off your bucket list for 2016, you still have one last opportunity to do so on New Year's Eve, which is Saturday, in Orange Walk Town at 6 a.m. for the Rota Dash. It is, of course, a fundraising activity, so we hope that people will be generous in their registration fee as well. And we really do wish you the best of luck. This is a great event that you have planned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go ahead now and take our break. And when we come back, we'll be talking about getting that glam makeup for New Year's Eve. So stay tuned.